Jerry Plummer, number 32, a senior forward.
Ray Perez, number 23, senior forward.
Alex Onnefield, number 34, senior center.
Isaiah Jackson, number 4, junior guard.
Trey Stasiak, number 12, junior guard. I'm Calvary Langenfelter, number 24, a junior guard. Nick Allen, number 5, junior guard.
Bryce Abbott, number 30, junior forward.
Elijah Yarber, number 40, junior center. Nathan Jacobs, number 15, junior guard.
Elijah Stevens, number 54, sophomore center.
Quinn Stasiak, number 2, sophomore guard.
Grant McCarter, number 3, sophomore guard.
Kyle Reinhardt, number 11, sophomore forward.
This is Zebra Basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And good evening. Welcome to Rochester High School. Tonight, the Rochester Zebras and the West Central Trojans in non-conference basketball action. The Rochester Zebras come into the record of 1-3, and West Central the record of 0-3. The pregame show's coming up next. You're watching Zebra Basketball on RTC TV4.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Right. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service.
Back at Rochester High School for the pregame show here on RTC TV4. The Rochester Zebras, Brad, 1-2 right now, 1-3 right now in the season. The West Central Trojans come in at 0-3. Rochester coming off a double weekend where it was pretty tough. You know, you got a really good Winamac team and a really good LaVille team back to back. That will test you mentally.
Yeah, it will, and I'm sure that they've had some time to work this week in preparation for tonight and tomorrow night, but they're going to have to find some offense. They've got to find some consistency. You can't play, a quarter even up with a team like LaVille, or Winamac for that matter, and then lose your offense for a quarter and a half. And both of them games, we went through long stretches where it was just turnover after turnover, and that's the other issue they got to address is, the unforced errors and, losing your offense because of it. And at the same time, on the other end of the floor, your defense is, giving up points. In the case of LaVille in that second half, they had a 21-point third quarter, which blew that game open. All three-pointers.
Yeah.
And, LaVille's got a lot of shooters, but at some point you've got to be able to get out and find a way to put a stop to that.
Well, we talked to Coach Malco, and he basically said the same thing you just did in the pregame show. We also talked about the next 3 out of 4 games, and I should say as we go back and look at last weekend, starting into this weekend, 3 out of the 4 games, Winamac, LaVille, and no disrespect to West Central, but Logansport.
Yeah.
Probably the toughest 4-game stretch you're going to have all season.
Yeah, I would agree. They present matchup problems. For instance, LaVille, we had a size advantage, but that doesn't do you any good when they're shooting from 20 feet out. And when they shoot 60% from behind the arc, the fact that you're 6'7" and 6'5" in the paint doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But, at the same time, when you look at a team like Logansport that they're going to face tomorrow night, now Logansport brings size, and they bring the point guard issue, and suddenly you're going to have to try and force them into a half-court game, because if you let them play all 84 feet, they'll run you out of the gym.
which is crucial, I think, tonight for the Rochester Zebras to get off to a fast start, to really pad a lead here so that you can get some of those starters and some of those guys that are see the floor a lot back on the bench and get them some rest for tomorrow night.
I agree. West Central struggled defensively this year. They gave up 101 in their opener against Couts, and they're giving up an average of 80 in their first 3 games. So that tells me, as far as Rochester's concerned, this should be an offensive night. And so, when you're looking to add that consistency, to build the confidence, to give these guys an opportunity to say, hey, look, I can be that guy that can get you 15. Well, tonight's going to be one of them nights where a lot of people are going to have an opportunity to get some points.
It sounds like, I think we say it every pregame before every varsity game, if the JV game is any indication. And the JV tonight put up 70.
Yeah.
Rochester's JV defeated West Central 70-37. Blake Hughes with 15, Eli Stevens 14, Eli Yarber with 12, and Quinn Stasiak with 11. And you talked before about how we had the height advantage against LaVille. We've got the serious height advantage tonight against West Central.
Yeah, we do. West Central's only got 3 players at 6 feet or more, and their tallest is 6'1". Rochester could field an entire starting 5 at 6'4" or taller if they wanted to. They won't. I think Coach Malco's going with a fast lineup tonight as he's added Isaiah Jackson to the starting lineup, which tells me we're going to be getting up and down the floor in a hurry.
Right. We had a chance to talk to Zebra head coach Rob Malco. You're watching the pregame show on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Zebra head coach Rob Malco joins us, and Rob, back home tonight after a big, long weekend last week, a weekend where you saw some pretty good competition. This week, kind of licked your wounds a little bit, maybe grew from that, got ready for West Central. Tell me how the week was.
Well, the week, as far as practice goes, went pretty well. Like you said, one thing that we talked about in here in the coach's office was when you play teams like Winnemac at the place they're at today, and LaVille, as good as they are, you don't get a false sense of reality for who you are. And that's not a bad thing. Sometimes if you start out the season, maybe you play teams that aren't up to your caliber, and you kind of get lulled into, we're pretty good, and we can do this, and about midway toward the end of the season, you play some stiff competition and get slapped in the face, and the reality is, wow, we really aren't. In our situation, I really look at it like we competed at different times and phases in those games, and those are 2 really good basketball teams we went up against. In today's game, guard play is so important, and that's what they're really good at, is guard play in both programs at this point. So as I was watching the LaVille game this week and sharing it with the boys, you take away the turnovers that were unnecessary, that were, as we talked about after the game, middle schoolish in their execution. And it's a heck of a game, and that's the frustrating part. The turnovers we had, probably 6 to 7 of them, just were unforced mental mistakes that they did not create. And being LaVille, and that's something that we have to rectify. And I said, this isn't something we rectify over the course of the season. We rectify it right now. That has to end today, because those are things that just can't happen.
And I'm guessing, Rob, you're not really going to know if that was rectified that day until tonight.
No, probably not, for the next tonight, tomorrow night, next week, whether or not we've been able to nip that in the bud. But it's a focal point, it's a point of emphasis, it's something that we addressed every practice, and again, it's just some of it is experience, like we've talked about, but yet, those errors that we had, I don't even know if you can count experience there. It was just not being focused. Sure. And I would actually say, I call it the 2-in-1 syndrome. We're trying to do things too fast. We're trying to take off before the ball gets to our hands. We're trying to do the next thing before we've completed the first task. And that's what I put on the board, is that I don't want any more 2-in-1 situations tonight where I catch you trying to go to the next phase of your execution without first securing the ball, squaring up, seeing what you got. And then, we've been preaching about fast on offense is bad. We want to be quick. But like I told him, if you slow down, you're actually going to get to your destination even quicker. Yeah. Because you can make passes that you'll see, as opposed to trying to dribble through traffic or put yourself in a bad situation. So I said, slower is good on offense. Now, we want to play fast on defense. And so we talk about the Jekyll and Hyde. We want to be Hyde and smart and secure the ball on offense, and we want to go Jekyll on defense and just be all over the place. And teaching young players how to make that switch and how to find that discipline is the real challenge that we're facing, and we got to work at.
Rob, you told me last week before Winnemac that the next 3 out of the 4 games are going to be against probably the best opponents that you're going to face all year. So you dropped 2 of them last week, 2 really good opponents. You got West Central tonight. Not taking anything from West Central, but they're not Logansport. They're not Winnemac. They're not LaVille. And then you've got Logansport tomorrow night. So hopefully, regardless of what the record is, hopefully when you come out of this stretch, you're going to be a much better team.
Well, I think so. I hope so. It's the goal. It's like I put on the board for tonight. If we win tonight, we're 2-2, and that's a far cry from 1-3. It's 2 different worlds, yeah. And it's something you can kind of, base what you want to do going forward. Whatever happens tomorrow night, we're still in the realm, and maybe, next Friday we got North Miami coming to town. We're getting into those situations where, not to take anything away from future opponents, there's some really good opponents. But they're not Logan. Yeah. They're not this year's Winnemac or this year's LaVille. And that's where maybe we can grow, like we said, from this 2-week experience, keep our head up, fight on, and be better for it later.
With another double weekend this weekend like you had last, Rob, what did you learn about your team, about you, to implement this weekend that you learned from last weekend?
Well, one of the things that we want to try and do a little better job of tonight is maybe subbing more often on Friday night. Normally we play Saturday night. Yeah. And sometimes in the course of a game, when you're playing a rival like Winnemac is, you get caught up in the emotion of the game, and you don't, maybe you ride somebody who's playing well longer than you should have, like last weekend. Kyle Reinertz, I didn't take him out. He played so well, and I thought that showed in the second half against LaVille, and that's on me. And so that's something that, I got to do a better job of tonight, is getting people rotated so that tomorrow night they've got their legs a little bit better, and we're going to need them. Yeah. And at the same time, reinforcing those guys that are coming in off the bench, how important their role is and how they have to maintain, if it's momentum that we have, and or maybe if there's no momentum, maybe they need to get us going and learn how to play that way.
Tell me about West Central.
They're a team that I feel, in watching them in the film, they're better than they were a year ago. Now, they haven't won a lot of games over the last few years, but their coach is really coaches with a lot of energy and love for the game, and you can see his kids play, based on his personality. They play with a lot of energy, but number 30 for them is a really good shooter. He's a lefty. Number 14 is a good scorer for them. And, it's just one of those things where it's a game on our floor that I think if we come out and play well, it's an opportunity to get a win. But if we don't play well, they're a lot better than they were last year, and we open ourselves up to some frustration.
Sure. Okay, so what do you got to do to win?
Well, I really feel like we got to get these turnovers down. That's a point of emphasis. Key tonight is getting our turnovers in a place that I would say in that 11 to 14 range instead of being in that 15 to 20. We're averaging 16 on the season. That's just too much, way too much. And the other thing is, really focusing and knocking down free throws, taking advantage of the free throw line. Last year we did a good job in games we won where we made more free throws than other teams shot. Right. And we need to get back into that role a little bit, and maybe tonight we can do that. And then obviously we just got to really put a lot of pressure on them defensively and make them make basketball plays and force the tempo in a sense of not necessarily getting up and down the floor fast, but force how we do and how we apply our defensive pressure.
Sure would like to see Calvary get involved early.
Yeah, I would too. It's just one of those things where, his shot has not been there for him up to this point. But I know Wednesday night he shot the ball extremely well in practice. And, last night it wasn't as good as it was the night before, but it was better than it's been. So it's a confidence thing. And we just need to have him go out and knock down a couple and kind of get that confidence going.
Okay. Rob, your 5 starters.
Tonight we're going to go a little bit different. We're going to go with Brady Perez and Kyle Reinertz, and then we're going to go with 3 guards with Isaiah Jackson, Calvary Lingenfelter, and Nick Allen.
Okay. Rob, thanks for your time. Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
Zebra head coach Rob Malco, you're watching the pregame show on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
And welcome back to Rochester High School. As you can see, school songs are being played right now. We're a couple of minutes away from getting this thing underway at Rochester High School. Again, the JV contest tonight went to Rochester over West Central 70-37. Blake Hughes on all scores tonight for the Zebras. He had 15 points. Eli Stevens with 14. Eli Yarmer had 12, and Quinn Stasiak added 11. Not many times, Brad, you see a JV put 70 on anyone.
Right, yeah, that's an accomplishment there. And JV's done really, really well this year. I think they've only lost 1 game.
Yeah.
So 4-1, 3-1, something like that.
That's exactly right.
So yeah, great start for the JV this year.
So the Rochester Zebras come in tonight with a record of 1-3, and the West Central Trojans come into the record of 0-3. That's going to wrap up the pregame show here on RTC TV4. The anthem and the starters up next on RTC Channel 4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
We are pleased to welcome you today to Rochester High School. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. Our student athletes recognize that judging for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Back at Rochester High School, time now for the starting lineups. First for the West Central Trojans. Again, they have a record of 0-3. At one guard will be a 5'11" junior, Cody Marlette. At another guard will be a 5'8" senior, John Bernal. At the third guard will be a 5'11" senior, Andrew Caston. At one forward, a 6' senior, Cameron Pratt. And the other forward will be a 6' senior, Jansen Floto. West Central coach by Mr. Jordan Stevens. For the Rochester Zebras, at one guard will be a 6' junior, Isaiah Jackson. The second guard, a 5'9" junior, Nick Allen. And the third guard, a 6' junior, Cavalry Lingenfelter. At one forward, a 6'4" sophomore, Kyle Reinhardt. And the other forward, a 6'5" senior, Brady Perez. Rochester coach by Mr. Rob Malco. Now giving us some scores from around the area. Logansport girls defeats Muncie Central tonight. 71-56. Taylor Pasquale, who we saw here a couple of weeks ago, went 9 of 9 from behind the three-point line. Finished the game with 41 points.
Wow.
After one, Northfield leads Southwood in TRC action, and that's the girls' action, 26-4. Winamac at halftime leads the Ville 24-8. And now at halftime, the Northfield girls lead Southwood 43-6. They might be a fuzz upset losing to Manchester last week.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, Southwood is the one they're taking it out on.
Yeah.
Nice crowd here for a Friday night. Of course, we're live on RTC TV4. Coming up tomorrow night, the Rochester guys will travel to Logansport. The battle of a very good Berry team. We'll be back on WROI and RTC4 with the Rochester girls and Wabash. That's tomorrow night.
That should be a good game. Wabash a little up and down this year, and we'll see where the Rochester can get the keel turned back direction they needed to go. They've had their struggles here as of late as well.
You know, they struggled last night at Argus in the first half.
Yeah.
They battled back to make out a respectable game. I think they lost by 7 or 8, 9, something in that vicinity. But the first half was not friendly to the Zebras. But like I said, they battled back and fought to the end.
Yeah, it takes a heck of a lot more effort coming back when you let yourself get into a big hole like that in the first half. But you know, kudos to the girls. They didn't give up, and they fought hard coming back.
The Rochester Zebras will be in their home whites, and the West Central Trojans in their road blacks. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Again, nice crowd here at Rochester High School. West Central traveled fairly well. The Zebra fans are here in force.
Tonight's officials, Matthew Miller, Doug Moore.
So again, it'll be Isaiah Jackson, Nick Allen, Kyle Reinhardt, Brady Perez, and Cavalry Lingenfelter. The JV game tonight went to Rochester over West Central, 70-37. The Zebras put 4 in doubles. Blake Hughes at 15, Eli Stevens with 14, Eli Yarber with 12, and Quinn Stasiak with 11. It'll be Brady Perez to jump center for the Rochester Zebras, and I believe that is going to be Floto to jump for the West Central Trojans. Rochester will go to our left, and West Central to our right. Ball is up and tip controlled by Reinhardt. Kyle at the top of the key, outside to Nick Allen. Nick Allen dribbles with his right hand between his legs. Switches directions, go to Isaiah Jackson on the left wing. Now to Perez just inside the three-point line, being man-to-man guarded. Inside the arc, inside the lane, outside of Lingenfelder. His three is short, and the rebound to West Central.
I would look for Perez to do a lot of moves towards the basket like he did against Culver.
That's exactly right. Rochester in a man-to-man defense. Casson swings near side to Bernal. Now to Floto in the corner. Floto in the paint. The running finger roll is over the front of the rim and in.
It's not often you'll see Rochester start a game in a man-to-man defense.
Yeah.
They did this one.
40 seconds gone in the first quarter. West Central up 2-0. Bounce pass to Lingenfeld on the right side, down low to Perez. Brady in the block, rises up from 10 feet. Shot is off the back of the rim and in. 2-2. And a three-point shot by
Burnell.
Burnell from the left wing goes down, and West Central up 5-2. Brady Perez quickly on the other end in the paint. His shot's missed. The ball scrambled for, and it's going to be last touched by West Central. It'll go back to Rochester.
Right now, West Central doing a really good job of blocking out, putting the body on somebody. Rochester's going to have to do a better job.
Rochester will take a 30-second timeout. You're watching Zebra Basketball on RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
Back at Rochester High School, 30-second timeout for Rochester is over. The Zebras have it on the far side, right in front of the student section. 6:50 to play in the first quarter. Zebras trail West Central right now 5-2. Nick Allen with the basketball. Here comes the zone defense and a half-court trap. Allen dribbles in the corner to Jackson against the trap in the corner, dribbles the baseline around the defense, kicks it out to Lingenfelder, quickly to Perez. Brady in the baseline, throws up a tough shot. It's no good. Reinhardt's his putback on the way is good.
Reinhardt's has got a size advantage down low. If he can get down on the block, take advantage of it.
Marlette runs a point for West Central. A high dribble. He's going to be called for a carry. Rochester going to get it back after a turnover. Down by 1, 6:25 to play in the first quarter. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Lingenfelder in front of the Zebra bench gets it into Allen. Nick Allen will walk it up for Rochester. He'll walk it through the center circle. Now drift to his left. Now back to his right. High on the right side of Lingenfelder. Cavalry bounce pass at the free throw line to Reinhardt's. Kyle Reinhardt's in the paint, goes to the basket hard, shot off the glass, no good. Defensive rebound for West Central. Floto rips and runs for the Trojans. Quick three over Isaiah Jackson is good. And it's 8-4 West Central.
Floto, no hesitation there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right.
He saw he had just enough space to get a shot off, and he took it.
Perez, the jumper in the lane is no good off the glass. It rolled around and fell off. West Central the rebound quickly up the floor. Is West Central. Bernal puts it off the glass and in.
Right now, Bernal and Floto trading baskets, 5 apiece.
West Central by 6. Allen bounce past to Lingenfelder on the near side behind the arc. Towery dribbles down low off the window is good.
Lingenfelder might have got away with a little bit of a shoulder push there.
I saw nothing. Bernal high on the right side against Reinhardt's. His pass is picked off by Perez. He gives to Allen. Rochester down by 4 with 5:12 to play in the first quarter. Perez to Allen, right side to Jackson. Isaiah in the paint, jump stop, rises up, shots. Good and a foul. .5:05 to play in the first quarter. The Zebras are within 2. Isaiah Jackson will go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Floto picked up the foul in his team first.
Jackson ready. The southpaw free throw shooter. Sets himself and lets it go. Good. That was one of the emphases this week on practice. We got to hit free throws.
They got to get an opportunity. They didn't have a whole lot of opportunities last weekend.
Pass down low is tipped away. Jackson's going to grab the loose basketball and bring it up for Rochester, not Allen. Under 5 to play in the first quarter. Rochester down by 1. Lingenfelder on the wing. Dribbles to the paint, jumps top, kicks it out to Allen. Nick Allen back to Jackson. Fakes right, goes left in the paint, rises up, shot in and out, and back in.
A lot of English on that shot for Jackson.
Rolled around a couple of times, didn't it?
Finally rolled in. Nice move, too. He got it into the paint and went up hard.
Tell me what kind of athlete that is. Brady Perez saves the ball from going out of bounds, then high jumps the chairs. West Central wants a timeout. It's a 30. You're listening and watching Zebra Basketball on RTC TV 4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
4:33 to play in the first quarter. The Zebras lead now, 11-10 here at Rochester High School. West Central after the 32nd time the basketball going to our right, and here comes a half-court trap defense by the Zebras. Over the top, Marlette with the basketball for the Trojans. A couple of new faces in the game for West Central. Kakis with the basketball, near side to Floto. Around the defense, jump pass to Pratt. Pratt's leader on the way is good. Cameron Pratt puts the ball in the basket for West Central, and they're back up 12-11 with 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Langenfeld on the left wing.
That ends a 7-0 run by Rochester.
Reinhardt backs his way in. His shot partially blocked, picked up by West Central. Floto rips it away and brings it up the floor. To Pratt, back to Floto, left side to Marlette. Now to Kakis. Kakis crossover dribble, goes to the baseline, skip past to Marlette. He's in the paint. His running jumper is on the way and a good. Got it over Reinhardt and Perez, and West Central back by 3 with 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Isaiah Jackson left wing. Now top of the key, crossover dribble, goes to the left block, rises up, shot no good, ball being fought for. Reinhardt comes out of the basket, he puts his shot back, and it's good. Kyle Reinhardt's working really hard here in this first quarter. That's over and back.
Yeah, it is. Reinhardt's battling pretty hard down low to get that rebound and then work to get it back up over the rim.
Bernal back into the game for West Central. Also, Keepover comes in for the first time for the Trojans. 3:16 to play in the first quarter. 14-13 West Central. Rochester the basketball after their turnover. Alex Onafield, the 6'7" senior will come into the game for Rochester. And Kyle Reinhardt will sit down. 3:16 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 14-13. Brady Perez will trigger it in right at the timeline. He gets it in on West Central's side of the floor to Allen. Nick through the center circle. Man-to-man defense by West Central. Pass to Isaiah Jackson. Hands off to Allen. Allen high on the left side out of Perez. Brady thought about a three from the left corner. Pass it up. Now drives with his right hand. Spin move down low. Shot off the glass is no good. Rebound to Onafield, and we're going to have an offensive foul coming, I believe, on Brady Perez.
That is on Perez, his first team first.
I think if he lets that go, Alex Onafield has the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Pratt back in for West Central. 2:58 to play in the first quarter. West Central up 14-13 here at Rochester High School. Marlette runs the point, right side of the floor for the Trojans. Gets a pick, works to the left wing. 2-3 zone for the Zebras. Keefover, couple of dribbles with his left hand. Hands off to Marlette. Marlette against Jackson, outside to Keefover. Hands off to Kakis, just about have the ball stripped. Now we're going to have a reach-in foul coming on Isaiah Jackson with 2:36 to play in the first quarter.
Jackson picks up his first, team second.
Caston back into the game for West Central. Bryce Abbott for the Zebras in for the first time, and Isaiah Jackson will sit down. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. West Central baseline right. Marlette will look to trigger it in. Does so to Kakis. Quickly top of the key to Caston. Caston left wing to Keefover. Now to Marlette to Pratt. Travels, no call. Pratt pulls it back outside to Keefover. Down low to Caston in the corner to Kakis. His three is on the way in and out. Bryce Abbott grabs the board. Outlets to Allen. Nick Allen quickly to Lingenfelder, and we're going to have a foul down low on the Trojans. It'll be out of bounds to the Zebras with 2:13 to play in the first quarter. Quinn Stasiak will come into the game for the first time as well for Rochester.
Kiefover picks up the foul, his first, team second.
Bernal and Floto back into the game for the Trojans. 2:13 to play in the first quarter. West Central by 1, 14-13. Rochester basketball out of bounds, baseline right.
Number 2, Quinn Stasiak.
Allen lobs it into Onnefield, over his head, picked up by Floto. Floto out of control, throws up a finger roll, no good, and Onnefield hustled down the floor and grabs the defensive board. To Allen. Nick Allen left baseline against a double team. Cut off by the double team, outside to Abbott. Abbott feeds down to Onnefield. Alex in the paint. Gives to Abbott, and before he does that, he travels. You're right.
Back-to-back turnovers on Rochester.
Minute 50 to play. First quarter. West Central by 1. Floto, quick catch and shoot is good. Might want to put somebody in his jersey.
Yeah, he's got 8 now for the Trojans.
Abbott on the right wing with 100 seconds. One bounce. Allen, top of the key. Everybody left him. He'll fire a 3 straight away. It's good.
And Nick Allen, that's exactly what you need to be able to do. They're going to leave you open, step up and knock it down.
Bernal on the right wing in front of the Rochester bench. Mollett, 3 straight away. Good again for West Central. Well, you got to make up for 5'11", don't you, somehow?
Exactly right.
From behind the arc, that's the way to make it up.
That's their 4th 3 in this first quarter.
20-16, West Central. Perez holds at the volleyball line with a minute 10. Brady, bounce pass out to Abbott with a minute 5. Rice, back to Brady Perez in the left corner. Brady fakes right, goes left, backs his way in, cut off by the double team. His leader off the glass is no good. And the ball is going to be rebounded by Stasiak. Quinn down low to Abbott, backs his way in, throws up a tough shot off the window. It's good. Rochester's cuts that West Central lead to 2 with 45. Floto drives, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. Oh, he's going to be called in the act of shooting, not the NBA. So Floto will go to the line to shoot 2 for West Central, leading by 2 with 41.2 to play in the first quarter.
So Allen gets called for the foul. That's Zebra's 3rd.
Left-handed shooter is Floto, and it's up and good. Back into the game for West Central is Kakis.
And entering number 40, Michael Batke.
Also Batke back in for West Central. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. First quarter just about gone here at Rochester High School in the varsity contest. West Central up 21-18. Now make it 22-18.
And that's 10 for Floto in the first quarter.
A lot of points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Stasiak holds high on the right side with 35. Quinn a couple of dribbles, still behind the arc, gives top of the key to Perez with 30. Bounce pass to Abbott at the free throw line at 28. Out to Allen for 3, left wing is short. Onnefield loses the basketball on the way down. Yeah, outlet comes back out to Kakis. His right-handed layup is good. And it's 24-18, biggest lead of the night for West Central. Stasiak with 15. And now we're going to have a foul down low on West Central's Bathke, I believe, as he was really bodying up Onnefield hard. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester with 13.3 to play in the first quarter.
Bathke's first, team 3rd.
Nick Allen stands baseline right. Slaps the basketball. Bounce pass into Stasiak. Quinn to Abbott. Abbott loses it off his head. Marlette with 9. Marlette fakes the pass. Throws up a shot. The window is good with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. And Rochester not going to get a shot off. After 1, West Central by 8 at 26-18. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV 4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
We're on to the second quarter here on RTC TV4. The Zebras trail West Central 26-18.
Yeah, that first quarter, West Central 4 3-pointers in that first quarter. Floto with 10 for the West Central Trojans, 26 first quarter points.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Rochester going to have to hurry up, keep up, or they're going to have to figure out a way to slow them down defensively.
Winamac girls tonight defeats LaVille 48-13. I got a feeling that next game, it's a guy-girl doubleheader tonight. That next game is going to be a dandy. LaVille and Winamac guys. An illegal screen on Caston for West Central. Good thing because Floto just nailed another one.
Caston picks up his first, team fourth.
12 seconds into the second quarter. Again, West Central leading 26-18, which is their biggest lead of the night. Zebras of the basketball. Allen across the timeline. Lingenfelder in the corner to Jackson. Fakes a three, drives it. Isaiah hands off to Reinhardt. He puts it up with the left hand and in.
Great job by Isaiah Jackson. Got his defender to leave his feet. He drove around him, found the open man in the paint, Reinhardt.
Kakis on the left wing for West Central. Out to Marlette. Marlette, crossover dribble, goes to the basket. The teardrop shot of the lane is good. Back to an 8-point lead. One thing West Central does well, at least they have tonight, they are shooting the ball really well.
They are shooting well.
I'm looking forward to getting with Abby here at halftime to see what their shooting percentage is. 50%, can we say that right now?
I would say so.
Rochester the basketball down by 8, minute gone in the second quarter. Brady Perez just inside the three-point line. His shot is short. He gets his own rebound, and we're going to have a foul over the back. I believe it's going to be whistled against Kiefover.
That's his second, team fifth.
So Rochester basketball baseline left is Bathke and Pratt back in for West Central. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Live basketball tonight on RTC TV4. Thanks for joining us. Allen, bounce passes in Reinhardt's. Kyle to Isaiah Jackson. And now another foul coming on Bathke.
Yeah.
Boy, West Central trying everything they can to eliminate Rochester's height down low, and they're just fouling.
So Bathke picks up his second.
So from here on out, Rochester will be shooting free throws. Jackson drives the paint. His shot is good from 5 feet. Nice strong move by Isaiah Jackson and cuts the West Central lead to 6. Marlette. Pratt, top of the key. Kakis with the basketball. Man-to-man defense by the Rochester Zebras. Left side pass to Pratt. Now to Marlette. The baseline. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds by...
They're going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Rochester.
Lingenfelder, yep.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that West Central does fluently is substitute.
Yeah. Well, at the rate that they're running up and down the floor, you about have to.
Floto has his inbounds pass knocked out of bounds by the Zebras. Will try it again, baseline left. 6:21 to play, first half. West Central's up 28-22. Floto, left baseline. Looking to get it in and around Jackson. Baseball pass to the Rochester volleyball line, back volleyball line. Now Marlette will cross the timeline for the Zebras against the man-to-man defense. Marlette, I think, carries the ball every time.
Well,
I think
that's
that's
over that time. So
Perez behind the arc in the left corner. They're begging him to shoot it.
Nope.
And Perez travels.
Substitution for West Central, number 12, Kakis back in the game, along with number 44, Caston.
Full court press now by the Zebra defense. Pratt will look to get it in. Kakis in the corner right in front of the West Central bench. Bounce pass to Pratt. Pratt against a double team over the top to Kakis. West Central breaks the press. Floto for three. Yepper. Now the lead is 9 for West Central at 31-22. Bounce pass to Jackson, high on the right side. Isaiah crossover dribble in the paint. He rises up, throws up a shot. It's good, to foul.
Jackson now with 9 points for the Zebras, looking to add to that.
5.5 to play in the first half. Jackson cuts the lead to 7, might be 6 with his freebie.
Yeah. Floto picks up his second, so that's 3 with 2 fouls now for West Central.
Isaiah eyes the free throw and lets it fly. And it's good.
Shooter's roll?
I would say a shooter's bounce, yes.
Yeah.
31-25 West Central by 6. 5.5 to play in the first half. Caston down low against Perez. Outside to Pratt. Takes his man right. Nick Allen fouls Pratt on the way up, and it's going to be a shooting foul.
I think if Nick Allen keeps his hands to himself, he travels.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nick Allen picks up his second foul, team fourth.
His second, team's fourth.
So Pratt at the line to shoot 2 for West Central. Trojans lead by 6 with 5:23 to play in the first half. First half stats coming up here at the break.
Pratt with just 2 points in the ball game.
Oh, Pratt misses, too close.
Yeah.
Returning to the West Central lineup, number 10, Marlette. And number
One more coming for the senior Pratt. Grant McCarter will come in for the first time tonight for the Zebras, and Nick Allen will come out with 2 fouls.
Grant McCarter.
Hey, Shane, how many quarters does McCarter have? Shafe just told me that Grant McCarter has 2 quarters. Of course, he's using one here. 32-25. West Central up, Rochester the basketball. Jackson on the right wing. Down low to Brady Perez. Brady on the right baseline. I'm not sure he can dribble. Yep, I guess he can. Backs his way in, throws up a tough shot. It's short. Reinhardt's to the rebound. Kyle back up with the left hand. It's good.
And Reinhardt's doing a real good job. He's got 8 points now for the Zebras.
Kakis travels before the shot.
Perez coming up short on most of his shorts. Yeah, on a lot of his shots.
Rochester has this lead down to 5, and they've got the basketball going to our left with 4:50 to play in the first half. McCarter runs a point. Jackson on the left wing. Isaiah drives the left baseline. Cut off on the block outside of Perez. Swings right side to Lingenfelder. Down low at Reinhardt's. Kyle in the paint. Out to Jackson. Just inside the arc. Long jumper's no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Rochester. West Central will get it back. 4.5 to play in the first half. 5-point lead for West Central. Marlette will bring it up. Spins it through the center circle. Caston fakes the handoff. Fakes another handoff to Pratt. Hands off to Marlette. Another travel, no call. He goes to the basket. Dumps down low to Marlette. Oh! And Reinhardt's going to be called for the body foul on Caston. And Caston will go to the line to shoot 2. Boy, that looked pretty clean to me. Where's that replay monitor, Jeremy? So Caston on the line for 2 for West Central.
He's looking for his first points of the game.
Rochester down by 5. Oh. And now down by 6 after the freebie. One more coming for the senior, Andrew Caston. Looking to push this lead back to 7. Second one's good again. McCarter runs it up the floor. 4:10 to play in the first half. Rochester down by 7. Lingenfelder in the paint. Jump stops. Cross court, cross lane pass to Reinhardt's. Out to Lingenfelder. 3 left wing. Good! And he needed that one.
Yeah, he did. The team needed that one.
Well, as rough as he started here shooting in the first part of the season, he needed that. Now we have a legal screen on West Central. Floto will come back in for West Central. Also coming back in is Bernal and Bathke.
Keefover picks up his third.
3:50 to play in the first half. Rochester down by 4. They've got the basketball. McCarter will bring it up for the Zebras. Grant across the timeline. Bounce pass to Lingenfelder high on the right side. Lingenfelder drives it left. Jump stop in the paint. Rises up from 10 feet off the glass and no good. Reinhardt's being active. Grabs the offensive board. Bounce pass to Perez. Brady. Out of McCarter, fakes left, goes right, bounce pass to the elbow to Jackson. Isaiah in the paint. He rises up and puts it in. That's good. But
we got an offensive foul.
It will be an offensive foul, but will that be after the shot? Bucket should be good.
And the bucket's good.
Reinhardt's going to pick up a foul.
And Reinhardt picks up his second.
Zebras down by 2 now with 3.5 to play in the third quarter. I think it's a good call.
I agree. It was after the shot.
Yep.
It was on the attempted rebound.
Ottafield will come in and Lingenfelder will come out. No.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt will come out. 3.5 to play in the first half. West Central by 2 at 34-32. Jackson will pick up. Floto at the timeline. Bounce pass high on the left side to Bernal. Over the top of Floto. Fakes right, goes left. Tough jumper at the free throw line is short. Rebound fall for, and Isaiah Jackson picks it up. Now to Perez. Brady brings it up a little forward for the Zebras on the left wing. Bounce pass to Lingenfelder for 3. Good again! Zebras are now up by 1 at 35-34. The floater on the way for West Central is good, and now we're going to have a timeout. West Central, it's a 60. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value in Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here.
Back at Rochester High School after the West Central 60-second timeout. Zebras the basketball against the half-court trap, and Grant McCarter has his pass deflected out of bounds.
I think he was looking for Jackson at the opposite block.
That's a tough pass.
Yeah, it is. Long cross-court pass. West Central's defense was all being pulled to that opposite side.
2:50 to play in the first half. Zebras trail West Central 36-35. Rochester has not held a lead for very long in this game.
No.
Perez on the baseline, rises up from 5 feet off the glass and in.
I think they've only had the lead a couple, 2 or 3 times.
You're right. I think this is like the third time this game.
Exactly.
Marlette travels. Oh, we're going to have a foul on Lingenfelder. No. That's a travel on Marlette. But Zebras are going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to send Marlette to the line for 1 and the bonus for West Central.
Lingenfelder picks up his first.
Rochester up now 37-36, 2:35 to play in the first half.
9 for Marlette in the ball game. First time to the free throw line.
First free throw, no good, in and out. Brady Perez skies for the morning, grabs it with 2 hands, rips it down, gives it to Lingenfelder. Lingenfelder on the right wing, left side pass to McCarter with 2.5. Grant, one dribble to his right, gives to Isaiah Jackson against the man-to-man defense. Isaiah Jackson drives left, and he's going to be called for a charge.
Yeah, probably a good call. Every time you tuck the ball up under your arm and lower that shoulder, you're gonna get called. That's his second.
And now Coach Malco just got teed up. Oh. Not very many times do you see a ref exchange words like that with a head coach.
Right.
The referee said, "You're not going to grab me, then yell at me." So what's he saying? Pick one or the other?
I guess. So Foto nails both free throws. He's got 15 now.
Now Coach Malco has to go to the bench the rest of the night.
They might have to tie him to that chair.
You're right. West Central the basketball. Up by 1 at 38-37. Oh, there's a carry again by Marlette. No call, and he loses it. Picked up by Rochester. I guess all's forgiven, huh?
I suppose.
Left corner to Perez. 15-footer short again. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by West Central. Will stay with Rochester out of bounds baseline right. Bernal back in for the Trojans, who lead by 1 with 2:03 to play in the first half. McCarter will look to get it in for the Zebras. Sophomore Grant McCarter studies. Over the top to Perez, who jumps to the flag to grab the basketball. High on the right side to McCarter. Grant, a couple of dribbles, bounce pass to Onafield. Onafield back to McCarter, back to Perez. Brady on the right baseline, holds above his head. Dribbles back behind the three-point line, dribbles to the paint, jump stop, rises up, 10-footer off the window is good.
That one he got up above the rim on the glass.
Rochester back up by 1 at 39-38 with 95 seconds to play in the first half. Floto, jumper blocked by Onafield. Get out of here!
Nice job by Onafield to go straight up on that one.
McCarter in the corner to Perez. Brady in the right corner for Rochester in the minute 20. Goes to the basket again from 10 feet off the windows, good again.
Perez was 6 in this quarter.
Rochester up by 3, which is the biggest lead of the half for Rochester. West Central the basketball. Pratt straightaway 3, good, and we're tied at 41. West Central's really good at catching and shooting, really fast.
Yeah.
On the field, down low in the paint, out to Jackson. Isaiah is going to be fouled by Bernard, and that's going to send Isaiah Jackson to the line to shoot one in the bonus with 53.3 to play in the first half.
Bernard picks up his first, team 9th. Jackson with 12 points in this first half. He's got 7 in this second quarter. 2 for 2 from the line.
So Isaiah Jackson with the bonus here for the Zebras. We're tied at 41 here. A lot of points in this first half.
Yeah,
on both teams. 53 seconds to play in the first half. Isaiah, first free throw, good.
You gotta like Rochester's offense. It's sputtered a little bit for the most part, but it's done really, really well.
Yep.
Defensively, Rochester's got to figure out a way to offset the speed of West Central.
Second one is good again. 43-41. Marlette across the timeline, works left side in the corner. Bernal dribbles to the wing. Now to Marlette, right side. Picks up his dribble at the right elbow. Caston has his ball picked away and stolen by Lingenfelder with 35. Graham McCarter from the instruction of the bench says, let's look for the final shot of the period. McCarter bounce pass to Lingenfelder with 25. Calvary crossover dribble, goes to the paint, kicks into the corner of Perez. Now top to Jackson with 19. Isaiah holds with 17. Out to Grant McCarter with 15. Grant dribbles to his right with 10. Grant McCarter the basketball. Bounce pass to Jackson with 7. Hands off to McCarter with 6. Grant holds with 5. Around the defense in the paint with 3. Outside to Lingenfelder with 2. At the buzzer, jumper's good! At halftime, the Zebras lead 45-41. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV 4.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com. At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back to Rochester High School. We're at halftime right now where the Zebras lead 45-41, Brad, in a track meet. And I can't wait to give you some shooting numbers. You know, it is off the charts right now for Rochester and off the charts for West Central. And you're going to see why there was as many points put up as there were in the first half. You have first half numbers?
Yep, for West Central. Cactus with 4, Pratt with 6, Caston with 2, Bernal with 5, Marlette with 9, and Floto with 15 points in that first half. He had 10 in the first quarter. The Trojans 7 of 9 overall from the free throw line. They've turned the ball over 8 times. For Rochester, Abbott with 2, Nick Allen with 3, Perez with 8, Reinhardt with 8, Lingenfelter with 10, and Isaiah Jackson led the Zebras. He had 9 points in that second quarter, 14 for the first half. The Zebras 4 of 4 from the free throw line. They only turned the ball over 4 times. So we talked about reducing the turnovers and getting more offense for tonight, and they've done that in this first half. Now they just need to find a way to slow down West Central's offense, and that's hard to do when they're shooting What do you say?
Go ahead.
97% from the floor.
That's exactly right.
14 of 17 from the floor in that first half was West Central.
Abby said that they missed 3 shots in that first half.
Yeah.
They shot 80% from inside the arc, 86% from behind the arc.
Wow.
Rochester shot 67% in that first half, 57 from inside the arc, 60 from behind. Rochester 6 turnovers to West Central 7.
Well, both teams halfway to 80, so the first one that can play a little defense might win this one.
Val gave me some scores, of course, earlier tonight. The JV game, Rochester defeated West Central 70-37. Blake Hughes with 15 points. Eli Stevens added 14, Eli Yarber with 12, and Quinn Stasiak with 11. So a good night for the JV guys, who are now, I believe, 5-1 maybe, or 4-1 or something like that. Again, some scores from around the area. That last report, the Northfield girls leading Southwood at halftime, 43-6. Winamac girls defeated LaVille tonight, 48-13 in a guy-girl doubleheader. The Wabash guys leading Mechanical at the end of 1, 12-10. Manchester leads DeKalb at halftime, 14-9. And let's see, we have a Tippecanoe Valley score as well. Tippecanoe Valley leads North Miami after 1, 18-7. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the third quarter from Rochester. You're watching Zebra Basketball on RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you. RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchTVEverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV Everywhere, another great service from RTC.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here. Stay connected with the fastest internet speed.
Back at Rochester High School, going to the second half. The Zebras start with the basketball. Lingenfelder for three is good again.
Lingenfelder had 2 threes in that second quarter, a 27-point second quarter for Rochester, and he starts his third quarter with a 3.
Zebras out to their biggest lead of the night is 7 at 48-41. Pratt with the basketball against the man-to-man. 3 for West Central is good again. Bernal this time. Full court press by West Central.
Well, see, halftime didn't cool anybody off, did it?
Jackson in the paint from 10 feet is good again. Isaiah Jackson having a game.
Yeah, 16 now for Jackson.
Zebras up by 6. 45 seconds gone in the third period. Rochester in action again tomorrow night as they play West Central, and Allen picks the pocket of West Central. Nick Allen, jump stop, rises up from 2 foot is good.
Nice job by Nick Allen. The turnover leading to points.
Zebras now up by 8. And now we're going to have a West Central timeout. It's a 30. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
West Central, 30 seconds.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
Back at Rochester High School, a minute gone in the third quarter. West Central is down to 2 timeouts. I believe Rochester has 4 of their 5. Rochester up now by 8 at 52-44. The inbounds pass comes into Floto. High on the left side. Now to Caston. Bernal in the corner to Floto against Jackson. Takes him to the corner. Takes him to the lane. His shot is good. 52-46. Allen brings it up to the right elbow. Bounce pass to Reinhardt, who's had a really good game tonight for the Zebras. I don't know how many points he has, but he's had several rebounds. 10-footer off the window. Nope.
Reinhardt's got 8.
Floto. Bernal. Pass is taken away by Perez, who trailed the play a little bit and grabs a loose ball and brings it up. Now to Allen across the timeline. Back to Perez on the right wing in front of the coaches. Crossover dribble in the paint. Rises up from 10 feet. Shot no good. This time too long. And rebound to West Central. Logansport guys lead Muncie Central at the half, 40-33. West Central travels. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman.
Well, Rochester's gotten some defensive stops here to start this third quarter. A couple of turnovers and then an unforced error there by West Central.
Rochester will use a timeout. It is a 30. You're listening and watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online.
6:05 to play. In the third quarter, Zebras by 6 here at Rochester High School, and here comes a half-court trap defense by West Central. Perez. Bounce pass it to Allen near the timeline to Lingenfelder in the corner to Jackson. Isaiah in the paint. Rises up. Shot is good as it just falls off.
Almost good in the foul.
Isaiah Jackson will go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:51 to play in the third quarter.
Caston picks up his second, first to the half.
Northfield girls defeat Southwood tonight, 77-19. Yowza. Jackson with 2. First lefty free throws, good, nothing but net.
Jackson now is 17 in the ball game.
Good for him. Bernal back into the game. Bathke is as well for West Central. And with 3 fouls, keep over for West Central. 5:50 to play in the third. Rochester up 53-46. Isaiah Jackson to the line for one more for the Zebras. Isaiah ready, fires a free throw. It's good. Bryce Abbott will come back into the game. Manchester Girls leads Whitco at halftime, 16-9. Back to an 8-point lead for the Z's, 54-46. Morlett works to the right wing, goes hard to the basket, loses the basketball in the paint. Abbott picks it up now to Lingenfelder. Cavalry on the run across the timeline for Rochester against the 2-3 zone of West Central. Abbott in the right corner. Down low to Reinhardt's. Kyle backs his way in, throws up a little baby hook in the lane, and it goes.
Reinhardt's putting that 6'4" frame to use down low.
Well, his post-up move was fantastic.
Yeah.
He got really low, got his butt into the defender, and now we're going to have another legal screen on West Central.
Bathke picks up his third.
Rochester by 10 at 56-46. Full court press by West Central. Perez will look to get it in for Rochester. Brady bounce pass into Reinhardt's. Kyle bounce pass it back to Brady Perez. Brady picks up his dribble now to Allen. Allen gets it across the timeline before the 10-second count. He's in the paint outside of Lingenfelder. 3 left wing, no good. Perez grabs the board. Brady in the paint, rises up from 5 feet, no good. Ball being tipped around. Reinhardt's grabs it with one hand. The putback, no good, but a foul coming on West Central, and they're going to say before the shot, it'll be out of bounds to the Zebras.
Reinhardt's holding his head there on the floor.
Yeah, he jumps up. I think he thinks he's shooting free throws, but he's not.
So Bathke picks up his 4th foul, team 3rd.
It'll be out of bounds to Rochester baseline. And he's also holding his left wrist as Reinhardt's. Zebras baseline left, 4:57 to play in the third, up by 10. Allen in the corner to Perez. Brady hands off to Nick Allen, fought about a 3, passes it up now to Perez, baked it to Abbott at the free throw line. Out to Allen. Drives the left baseline, out to Perez, or make that Abbott to Brady. Brady in the paint, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester, and I believe Kiefover is going to pick up his 4th.
That's his 4th. So now Kiefover and Bathke both with 4.
So Pratt will come back in for West Central. 4:43 to play in the third quarter. Rochester basketball out of bounds, baseline right. Abbott bounce pass to Lingenfelder in the corner to Allen. 3 left baseline for the Zebras. Good!
Nick Allen finding an opening in the corner. Oh, and Perez swats that one into next week.
West Central will keep possession. Floto will look to get it in around Jackson. Gets it into Pratt in the corner. Pratt holds. Top to Bernal. In the corner to Floto against Reinhardt's. We got a shot, good, and a foul. Floto will go to the line to shoot a free throw, and Isaiah Jackson's going to pick up the foul.
Jackson picks up his 3rd, team 1st.
Kakis comes back in for West Central.
Floto looking for his 20th point of this ball game. He's 4 for 4 from the line.
Floto, good. 59-49 Rochester, 4:15 to play in the third. Perez gives to Allen. Nick will bring it up the floor. Nick runs it across the timeline, works to the right wing. Now to Jackson, drives it left in the paint again. Jump stop, tough shot in the lane. We're going to have a foul on the shot. Jackson will go to the line to shoot 2.
So Bernal picks up his 2nd, team 5th.
Is there a problem with the fouls? No. Apparently,
whenever I hear that, I always say, well, quit fouling if you got a problem with the number of fouls.
Okay, Mr. Obvious. Jackson has 2. First one is good as it rattles in.
Jackson now looking for his 20th point of the ball game.
I think Isaiah Jackson likes that starting role.
He's done the most he can with it.
Second one, good again. Have it back in. Isaiah to come out. He's got 20 points for the Zebras. 61-49 Rochester. 4 minutes to play in the third. Floto against Abbott. Timeout West Central. It's a 60. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV 4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself.
Welcome back to Rochester High School. We're midway through the third quarter. The Zebras up 61-49. Some scores from around the area. Triton leads Pioneer in their season opener. They always start late. I don't know why.
They got a longer football season than most of us do.
Triton leads 19-15 at halftime. LaVille in a good one. LaVille and Winnemac after one. LaVille leads 10-8.
Oh, wow.
Shot down low is easy one for Pratt. Cuts the Rochester lead to 10. Allen breaks the press, brings it up the floor. At the down low to Reinhardt. His shot good, and a foul.
Nice job by Nick Allen. He was able to break the press, get it all the way down into paint, and find Reinhardt open on the opposite side. And Kyle did a great job with the contact to get the bucket and the foul.
Kyle Reinhardt to the line for one, looking to push this lead to 13.
Third foul now on Floto.
Yeah, he's coming out of the game. Kiefover back in.
So Reinhardt now in double digits for Rochester.
Kyle with one to try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. The sophomore fires a free throw, and it is no good. And the rebound to West Central. Marlette ahead quickly to Kakis. Wraparound pass is going to be knocked out of bounds by West Central. They'll go back to Rochester.
Well, West Central set the pace for this game in the first quarter, but they haven't been able to keep up since then.
Perez has got to hurry and get it in. Does so to Lingenfelder. Calvary Lingenfelder runs the point for Rochester around the double team to Perez in the corner to Allen. Nick, three ball right baseline is in and out, no good.
Oh, that looked good.
West Central the rebound, 3:15 to play in the third. Marlette hard to the basket, blocked out of bounds by Allen. It'll stay with West Central, baseline left as Floto back into the game for West Central. Also coming back in for the Trojans will be Bathke. .313 to play in the third. Rochester by 12 at 63-51. Again, the Zebras on the road tomorrow night to play the Berries in the Berry Bowl. When we'll be back here with the Rochester girls and Wabash.
Reinhardt got to pick up this third foul.
Kyle Reinhardt's picked up his third foul, and going to the line for West Central will be, who's that, Pratt? Yep, Pratt must have got it in the nose. Alex Onnefield will come back in the next opportunity for the Z's. Free throw for Pratt is good. Casson will come back in. Reinhardt will come out and get a break. Young man's having a game.
Yeah, Reinhardt's got 10 for the Zebras.
I would like to know how many rebounds he has. I know he's got several.
Oh, yeah.
Free throw is good again for Pratt. Boy, I tell you what, this is a much better basketball team than the record indicates.
Yeah, they're quick, and they shoot the ball well.
Really well. Lingenfelder in rhythm, left wing is good!
Lingenfelder with his 4th three-pointer of the ball game.
Floto. 3 for Pratt, no good. That's a rare miss for West Central. Rebound for Rochester. Allen across the timeline. Behind his back dribble, works to the right wing. Now on the baseline, Lingenfelder.
He could have pulled up and shot that if he wanted. He had the space.
Calvary jump pass to Allen for 3. Left wing is no good. Good block out by Abbott. Bryce backs his way in. Going to have the ball ripped away from him. Floto picks it up and runs. Numbers West Central. The finger roll off the window is good for Floto. That kid is good too.
Yeah.
2:20 to play in the third.
They're not going to go away. Rochester's going to have to keep their foot on the gas.
11-point lead for. And Brady Perez is called for a travel.
Back-to-back turnovers on Rochester. There haven't been many for Rochester tonight.
Quinn Stasiak will come back in for the Zebras. Lingenfelder will come out. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 2:14 to play in the third. It's 66-55 Rochester. Like we said at halftime, this is a serious track meet. So much for conserving a little tomorrow night for Logan Sport. Floto long 3 is no good. Allen rips the board and runs for Rochester, up by 11 to Abbott. Bryce on the right block. Left wing pass to Perez, and Brady knocks it down from 19.
Perez is the 3rd Zebra in doubles tonight.
68-55 Rochester. 100 seconds to play in the third quarter. Pratt. Kakis. Floto, his leaner's on the way, no good, but a foul coming against Rochester.
Yep, too quick for Abbott.
Floto will go to the line to shoot 2 for West Central. Rochester by 13 right now at 68-55.
Onnefield picks up his first, team third.
Floto's first free throw, nothing but net.
It's 23 now for Floto.
Oh, wow.
And he's perfect from the line. 6 for 6.
One more coming for the senior, Floto.
Automatic.
Yep. So he'll come out, and Marlette will come back in for the Trojans.
He's got a really good rhythm from the free throw line.
He does, you're right. Good stroke. Nick Allen will bring it up with 90 seconds to play in the third. Rochester by 11. Brady Perez high on the left side. Couple of dribbles. Goes inside the arc. 15-footer short. And West Central the rebound. Marlette has this pass taken away by Stasiak. Quinn hands off to Allen. Ahead to Perez. Brady sees him going out of bounds. Back to Stasiak in the paint. The 10-footer for Onnefield is good, and a foul.
Onnefield's going to get his first bucket of the night.
Onnefield, bucket's good. Why are we walking to the other end?
Oh, Abbott with the foul.
Oh. I didn't think he was anywhere near the play. I thought they were looking at Caston for West Central.
That's what I thought, but Abbott is going to pick up the foul. The bucket will be good for Onnefield.
Minute 10 to play in the third. 70-57 Rochester. West Central basketball going to our left. Boy, that looks like a carry to me. Floto for 3, in and out.
Oh, he thought it was good.
I thought it was good. Allen to Perez. Brady back to Allen. Left wing to Stasiak. Quinn for 3, left wing. Good!
That one not near as exciting as the last three-pointer he had.
And we're going to have a foul in the lane by the Zebras. And it's going to be on the shot. Yeah, I guess
Apparently.
it's going to send Bernal, that is, to the free throw line to shoot 2 for West Central. 38.7 to play in the third quarter.
Stasiak picks up that foul. Sorry.
That's all right. Rochester up 73-57. Did you see that?
He missed.
It was a miss.
Not many of those tonight.
You're right. I think we can say not many of those for either team.
You're right. Rochester's only missed one.
Bernal hits the second one. 73-58.
And West Central's only missed 3.
15-point lead for the Zebras with 32 to play in the third quarter. Stasiak saves from going out of bounds to Onafield. Alex over the top to Allen. Now to Perez. Brady with 27. Back to Allen. Near the center circle with 22. Nick holds and dribbles into the center circle with 20. Works to his right. Now back to his left with 18. A bounce pass to Abbott with 15. Bryce holds and hands off to Allen with 10. Nick Allen. Left wing pass to Perez with 8. Back to Allen with 7. Nick with the basketball with 5. Top of the key with 4. Outside to Abbott. Ball loose on the floor. Jumper at the buzzer on the way is good! Holy cow! After 3, Rochester up 76-58. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
We're going to the fourth quarter here at Rochester High School with the Zebras leading 76-58. Nick Allen buried a big 3 at the buzzer.
He did, and he became the 5th player for Rochester to go to doubles. All 5 starters are in double digits tonight, led by Isaiah Jackson's 20.
So West Central starts the fourth quarter of the ball.
Zebras have scored 58 points in the last 2 quarters.
Teardrop shot by West Central's no good. Reinhardt's again rips the board. To Allen. Nick runs for Rochester. Zebras up by 18. Perez on the right wing. Chuck it. Perez fakes, drives, pulls it back outside, gives top to Lingenfelder, left side to Allen. To Perez. Brady Perez, 15-foot on the baseline, is short. Casson grabs the board. Tipping New Valley girls leads North Miami at halftime, 40-18. Sophie Buzzer with 17 for the Vikings.
Wow, they're tough.
Rochester will use a timeout. It's a 60. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner, and Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
7:09 to play in the basketball game. The Zebras lead 76-58. After the Rochester timeout, the Zebras will have the basketball going to our right. West Central has one left, Rochester with two. Allen, right wing pass to Lingenfelder. Cavalry dribbles to his left at the left elbow. Jump stop, bounce pass out to Allen. Nick holds. Perez, Brady on the baseline. Backs his way in, kicks it back out the side. Allen in rhythm, left wing is short. And West Central, Rochester going to knock it out of bounds.
I'm going to say it went off Reinhardt. Well, we were looking for some offense, and we were looking to control the turnovers situation. And they've done both of those things tonight. They just need to finish here in the fourth quarter.
West Central the basketball. Pratt.
A hand on the hip.
Yep,
out here
foul
in front.
before the shot. So West Central will shoot one of the bonus. 6:38 to play in the game.
Reinhardt going to pick up his fourth.
Team 6.
I need to thank my dad for the scores. That's not one of the bonus. Pratt's fall-away jumper, short. West Central the rebound, and we're going to have a tie-up. It's going to go back to Rochester.
Kyle Reinhardt's come flying in there. He's got 4 fouls. I don't know if he knows that or not.
Yeah, don't tell him. Rochester basketball going to our right. Zebras up by 18. Bounce passes Jackson, who's had a fantastic basketball game. Might be the best game of his high school career varsity-wise. Lingenfelder outside left. Calvary to Allen. Rochester looking to run some clock here, up by 18. Jackson on the right wing, right in front of the Rochester bench. Dribbles to his left at the free throw line. Kicks it outside of Lingenfelder. 6 to play in the game. Calvary around the defense in the paint, now to Brady Perez. Brady backs it out behind the three-point line. Out the free throw line, now the volleyball line. Brady around the defense in the paint. Jump stops. Leaner finger rolls good over the front of the rim.
Perez with 12.
20-point lead for Rochester. And West Central loses the basketball to bounds. It'll go back to Rochester.
Well, that's kind of been the story here in the second half for West Central, is the turnovers and the foul situation.
Yeah. 5:36 to play in the game. Rochester leading 78-58. Allen around the defense in the paint. Kicks it out to Perez. Now Lingenfelder. Calvary. Works to his left. Outside of Perez. Or make that to Jackson. Jackson out to Reinhardt. To Allen. Thought about a three. Pass it up.
Yeah, Rochester content to run the clock down here.
Ball kicked away, ball loose, picked up by the Trojans. Floto goes in for the right-handed dunk.
And lands hard on his hip.
Offensive putback is no good. We're going to have no foul. Yeah, Floto hit the ground hard or hit the deck hard on his hip.
Yeah.
We're going to take a timeout. You're watching Rochester basketball on RTC TV 4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
Back at Rochester High School, Floto's up on the bench.
He came off under his own power. Didn't even seem to be limping.
He hit the deck hard.
He's going to have a big bruise there on his hip.
Here's
though.
what was most impressive. He was above the rim by at least a wrist.
He got up pretty high. Yeah, he did.
Yowza. After 3, Tippecanoe Valley girls lead North Miami 61-32. Sophie Buzzard with 30.
Wow.
Probably why she's going D1, don't you think?
I would guess so. Another turnover for West Central.
We get to see Sophie and the Lady Vikings mid-January.
Yeah. Yep, next month.
I don't know where that's at. Here or there, I'm guessing.
Well, it's 2 of the choices.
Rochester basketball after the West Central turnover. Allen will bring it up quickly.
I haven't looked much beyond next week, quite frankly.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I know, because you don't know what's going on beyond tomorrow.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Jackson holds from behind the arc with 4:25 to play in the game. In the paint, kicks it out to Lingenfelder. Rochester by 20 with 4:15 to play in the basketball game here at Rochester High School. Again, the guys on the road tomorrow at Logansport.
Yep, girls will be here with Wabash. I do know that both guys and girls have North Miami next week.
North Miami on Thursday.
One of them on Thursday, the other one on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the girls, Rochester girls at North Miami on Thursday. We're home here with
Friday.
North Miami on Friday.
Okay.
Coming up at halftime of that guys game next Friday, Rochester's 5th grade basketball team and North Miami's 5th grade basketball team will play.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm going to call that.
You're going to call it?
6 minutes. That's right.
By yourself, because.
No, I count on you for color during that game.
Oh, yeah. Jackson adds to his total.
80-58. Rochester on top with 3.5 to play in the game. Nick Allen with a big swat out of bounds.
He looked like he's playing volleyball.
Entering the lineup for West Central, number 42, Wall.
3.5 to play. 80-58. West Central basketball out of bounds baseline right. Christina Hughes, the Rochester trainer, brings 2 bags of ice out for Floto. Reinhardt just about steals the inbounds pass. It'll stay with West Central. Stasiak and McCarter back in for the Zebras. Abbott back in for the Zebras. It looks like Coach Malco will bring some of the starters out. Allen, Lingenfelder, and Brady Perez will come out. West Central basketball, and man, get that young man out. He is playing.
Yeah, he is. So I got a little message letting me know that the girls play at Valley this year.
Well, we got one listener, huh? One viewer tonight.
Yeah.
The Carroll guys defeats Caston tonight 40-37 in a tight one. 3:25 to play in the game. Rochester by 22. Bernal. And a 3 by West Central. Trap. So West Central uses their final timeout to get the sub in with 3:10 to play in the game. Reinhardt will come out of the game. Eli Stevens comes in for the first time. So we just heard Coach Stevens from West Central say, look, we got to get some of you kids out because we have a big conference game tomorrow.
Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah.
Non-conference, and you spent a ton of energy tonight because this was a track meet.
Yeah. And your leading scorer goes down with a hip injury. You hope that's not serious.
Oh, he's going to feel that tomorrow. I can promise you that.
Yeah, it'll be.
I mean, he was almost horizontal to the rim.
It'll be a few different colors tomorrow.
Yeah. 2:40 to play in the game. Rochester up 80-61. Quinn Stasiak with the basketball. Works left wing. Gives to Jackson. Jackson around the defense, and we're going to have a foul coming on West Central. Jackson will go to the line to shoot one of the bonus. Looking to add to his 22 points.
Bernal picks up his third.
Post-game show coming up after this on RTC TV4. Rob Malco will join us.
At the line, shooting 1 and the bonus, number 4, Jackson.
Jackson with 22 points for the senior tonight.
We're up to 3.
Well, your mom and your wife called you?
No. Free throw good by Jackson. 2:27 to play in the game. Rochester back by 20. Jackson with one more for the Zebras. Looking for his 24th point of the night. The junior eyes a free throw, lets her fly, and gets it.
And the senior went 10 for 10 from the free throw line with 24 points for Isaiah Jackson. Great game for him.
Absolutely. Eli Yarber comes in for the first time for the Zebras. McCarter, Stasiak, Quinn Stasiak, Stevens, Yarber, and Abbott on the floor for the Z's. West Central the basketball, Rochester by 21. 2:10 to play in the game. Three left wing, no good. And Stevens grabs the board. He had a huge game to Eli Stevens. And now we're going to have a tie-up, and it's going to stay with West Central. Blake Hughes with 15 points in the JV game. Eli Stevens with 14. Eli Yarber with 12, and Quinn Stasiak with 11 as they beat West Central tonight 70-37.
And the varsity right now has all 5 of their starters in doubles.
Stolen by Rochester. Abbott. Woo!
McCarter just did get his feet down.
Right. Minute 50. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now my phone's blowing up. I know, a lot of folks watching.
A lot of people have your phone number. What's up with that?
Abbott outside to Quinn Stasiak. 90 seconds. Rochester going to run their mark to 2 and 3. And West Central going to fall to 0 and 4, although they played an outstanding basketball game tonight.
Yeah, they set the pace with that 26-point first quarter, but Rochester answered with a 27 and a 31-point quarters of their own to open up a big lead.
Quinn Stasiak was fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot one of the bonus with a minute 22 to play in the game. Rochester up 82-61. Quinn, a sophomore, eyes the first one. In and out. West Central the rebound. Back on RTC TV4 tomorrow night and WROI as the Rochester Lady Zebras will host Wabash in a TRC showdown. 3 for West Central's no good. Stasiak grabs the board. Minute 5. That's a 6:15 JV tip here at Rochester High School. About a 7:45 varsity tip. Stasiak holds near the scores table around the defense to the right elbow. Kicks it out to Stevens, down to McCarter. 45 seconds. Grant holds. Drives it right. Right elbow extended. Outside to Stasiak. Good hands by Quinn Stasiak. 39 seconds. Quinn picks up his dribble. Looks to Abbott at the right elbow.
Oh.
Down to McCarter. And the pass goes out of bounds.
It's just the 8th turnover for Rochester.
No kidding.
Yes. Last week we had that many in the first quarter. So great job tonight by Rochester taking care of the basketball.
25 seconds. Abbott with the board. Out of McCarter. Grant with 20. And now we're going to have a charge on McCarter.
That's his first.
18.8 to play in the game. Rochester by 21. West Central out of bounds. Not on the player control. .15 seconds. Long three for the Trojans. Nope. Yarber with the board. Eli outlets to Quinn Stasiak, and he holds a 10. Quinn has his pass kicked away, and now Rochester will not have to advance it across the timeline. 6 seconds to play. Again, Rochester going to move their mark to 2 and 3 overall. And we'll be in action again tomorrow night at the Berry Bowl as they battle the Berries. Abbott, bounce pass into McCarter. And that's going to do it. The final tonight from Rochester, 82-61. Post-game show coming up next. You're watching Rochester basketball on RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV Everywhere, another great service from RTC. This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
Back at Rochester High School, the final tonight in the varsity contest, the Rochester Zebras defeat West Central 82-61. The JV game went to Rochester over West Central 70-37. Brad, you have post-game numbers.
Yeah, for West Central. Caucus with 4, Caston with 2, Marlette with 9, Burnell with 9, Pratt with 13, and Jansen Floto with 24 points. He had 7 for 7 from the free throw line. The Trojans were 13 of 16 overall from the free throw line and turned the ball over 18 times for Rochester. Onnefield with 2, Abbott with 2, Quinn Stasiak with 3, Nick Allen with 11, Brady Perez with 12, Kyle Reinhardt with 12, Kyle Langenfelder with 16, and Isaiah Jackson, the senior, with 24 points for the Zebras. He was 10 of 10 from the free throw line, did not shoot or make a three-pointer tonight, and still led the Zebras with 24 points. The Zebras 10 of 12 from the line tonight and only turned the ball over 8 times.
Fantastic.
So they took care of the turnovers, and they got their offense rolling.
One thing Coach Malco told us in the pregame is we got to control our turnovers, and we've got to hit free throws.
Yeah.
And they did that tonight.
They
Perfect.
did very well, yeah. Isaiah Jackson really took that to heart, 10 for 10 from the line and 24 points for the senior.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a post-game interview with Coach Malco. That's next. You're watching Zebra basketball on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back at Rochester High School, again, the final tonight. The Zebras The Zebras defeat the West Central tonight, 82-61. Zebra head coach Rob Malco coming out here to talk to us in the postgame show. The JV game went to Rochester 70-37 over West Central. Blake Hughes with 15, Eli Stevens with 14, Eli Yarber with 12, and Quinn Stasiak with 11 in the contest here early on. Zebra head coach Rob Malco slides in here and talked to us on RTC TV4 in the postgame show. And Rob, first of all, you told me in the pregame interview that the couple of things you guys had to get better at was free throw shooting and turnovers, and you did that tonight. That was fantastic.
Well, and I really thought with the pace of the game too, you could get into some turnovers pretty quickly. Sure. And yet we still had I think we had 9. I don't know what you guys have us for. Okay. 3 of them were once again just unfortunate. The kind you can't make because you either panic or you just, as I tell them, don't be the pop fago. You can't fake go because they're going to call it fake, then go. And Fago. And every time you go Fago, man, it don't work out. you got to fake, then go. And that's the thing that we talked about pregame too. It's just you got to catch the ball, see the floor, and it's actually going to end up being quicker.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see someone wide open that you can pass it to instead of dribble or turn it over. So, a lot of good things.
How about that number there? 10 of 12 from the free throw line.
I like it. And how many did they had 16 free throws, 13, so we didn't. I can't read that.
Yeah, 16 of 13.
Yeah, 13 of 16.
13 of 16.
If they were 16 of 13, that's wow.
That's really good.
We need to get that on ESPN.
So Abby tells me at halftime they're shooting 97% from the floor.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know what it is about this gym. I mean, last week with LaVille, they started out in the third quarter. They were 7 for 7 from the three-point line. I don't know. Our defense, I guess we got to get better. But, you're kind of getting into that mode now, and coaches are starting to just well, I shouldn't say it because Coach Edison's always coached that style, the screens. But in his case, Coach Stevens, they just let it fly, and there's no conscience. It's just but I think the thing that happens there is you can shoot yourself out too if you're not careful. But and that's why in the fourth quarter we talked about how to try and preserve some energy, and I felt like we'd gotten up and down the floor enough for one night. Let's go home and try and save some legs a little bit for tomorrow night. So, be patient and right. I want them to run a minute before we try to take any shots, and I wanted them to be layups. That's why I called a second timeout, because they obviously didn't get the message the first time out when they're pulling a three and, you're up 20. And I'm like, no, that ain't it. But there was a lot of growth tonight. West Central, boy, I give their coach credit. They are a lot better this year than they were a year ago. I mean, a lot better. And fundamentally, knocking down shots, they've worked hard.
Yeah,
and
you
could
can tell.
Yeah, you could tell.
You put all 5 of your starters in doubles. That's pretty cool.
Boy, Isaiah really played well tonight.
He had a night, didn't he?
He did. He had a night, and I thought, everybody stepped up. It was great to see Calvary get going.
Yes,
Kyle
I agree.
Reiners.
Kyle finished with 12. I don't know if you guys keep individual rebounds, but he had to be approaching a double-double.
Oh yeah, we have. I'm sure. Yeah, well, I'll check that out. But he is. That's him. He has the potential by the end of the season, and maybe as he gets to be a junior and senior, to average a double-double in the last 2 seasons, because he plays that way. He just goes after it. If we got to help him learn how to avoid some fouls, but boy, you prefer to have that reckless abandon attacking than tiptoeing around down low, and he did a great job.
Big night tomorrow night. I know that you got some kids some rest, probably not as early as you hoped, but your bench is pretty deep. You're going to need that tomorrow against the Berries.
Well, we will, and I hope the guys do all right. I'm going to be at B-Dubs, catching some wings and just kind of watching what's there, and I'll keep. Are you guys going to the game?
We're not. We're staying here with Wabash.
All right. Well, shoot, I was just going to listen, but what you going to do?
I think you need to be there. I mean, you didn't get chucked after the tee.
I think I came close.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was so frustrating. He's running by me, and I just felt like up to that point I never said a word, and I thought there was a lot of stuff going on that could have been called, and that was my perspective, I guess, but my coaches too. And he's yelling at me about keeping my coaches quiet, and I'm just I wanted to talk to him about the previous call, and so I stuck my hand out and thinking he would slow down, and he was sprinting right through, so when I grabbed his arm, it kind of pulled on him. So then, in my quiet manner, I told him I wanted to talk to him, and then I got it. So I will say this: it was more relaxing. I rested, sitting down instead of standing.
Out of that whole thing you just said, what surprises me is your assistant coaches were chirping.
Oh, they never do. You're right.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Yeah, they're usually, like monks sitting over there. So they must. That just tells you what we're dealing with.
Yeah, sure. I understand. Yeah, that's
absolutely,
tough. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go be with your family, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning for Coach's Corner.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Rob. Zebra head coach Rob Malco here on the postgame show. Again, the final in the varsity contest. The Rochester Zebras defeat West Central 82-61. They are now 2-3 on the year. The JV game again went to Rochester over West Central 70-37. Kelly, Jeremy, thank you very much for the behind the scenes. For Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. See you. Bye.